One Week, One Trouble, published in 1972 and written by Professor Anezi Okoro. Chapter 1, Good News. It was mid-morning. Wilson sat comfortably astride the hefty fork of the big tree, which had fallen across the river. He grasped the slender bamboo stick of his fishing line firmly while he watched the corkwood float dancing on the water. His head was poised like a mallet. It was cool. The mid-morning breeze rustled on the rainforest leaves on both banks of the river. Twigs and dried leaves were wafted this way and that way by the restless currents. An occasional forest fruit plunged whoomp into the water, setting up eddies. Otherwise, it was all quiet, the sort of atmosphere which Wilson and other young anglers prayed for, but did not always get. His companions were on their favorite perches on both banks, up and down, that stretched of the river. They were all observing the rules. There was no talking. "Come on, fish!" Wilson commanded in his mind. "Come on, a little closer. Smell the bait. Taste it. Open the mouth wide and swallow." "Willie, Willie, Willie," someone called. Wilson was irritated. He swore under his breath, "Who is the idiot coming to scare all the fish away?" It was Ngozi, his younger sister, panting as she ran, her torn house clothes making her look like a wild girl, her plaited ebony black hair sticking out like twigs. "Willie, Papa says you should..." "Shut up, girl," Wilson snapped at her without looking a second time. "If you scare away the fish which is making for my hooks, first I will fill your belly with water, then I will put this hook through your big mouth and carry you home on this bamboo stick." Some of the other boys nearby joined Wilson in telling Ngozi off. The rule against talking was broken. "Well, boys," the unruffled Ngozi broke in, "now that you have yourselves scared off your whales, perhaps I can go ahead and give Willie Papa's message. After that, you can do what you like with yourselves." "This little sister of yours is too cheeky," one of the boys observed. "Cheeky?" Wilson asked. "I would call her mad." "Thank you very much, big head," Ngozi went on, unafraid. "Now, Papa says you should come home at once because a court messenger or something is looking for you. That's all. I am going back. And when I reached home, I will tell Papa what horrible things you and your rude friends have been saying." "Hey, Willie, what did you do?" one of the boys asked. "Nothing. Certainly nothing that calls for a court messenger's visit. I am sure Ngozi got Papa wrong." "Nothing? How can a court messenger come for you if you have done nothing wrong?" His friend pressed him. "Court messenger," Ngozi said, "not policeman, you fool." Ngozi snapped. "What's the difference?" "Ask me another," Wilson answered accordingly, and then went on. "Well, how many of you want to join my friend Ijoma in coming to witness my arrest and possible execution?" "We'll come, whatever it is," someone offered. "I'm sure you're not going to be arrested." Ijoma and some other refused to go with Wilson. That did not worry Wilson. When they reached home, his first comment was a big laugh. "Ha! Ijoma, you should be here to see this. The person he thought had come to arrest me is not even a court messenger. He is a postman. But the postman does not normally bring letters to your house, does he? One of the boys whispered to him. The headmaster used to go to collect letters for the village every 2 weeks. This may be different. Wilson was pretending to be calm, but really, he was very excited. Was this the news he had been waiting for? Good morning, sir, he greeted the khaki clad postman. Good morning, my son. I have brought a telegram for you. Your father has it. The postmaster says you should sign here. He held out a piece of reddish brown paper from which the envelope for the telegram had been torn. Wilson took the blunt, thumb-like pencil from the postman and wrote his name. Hearing the exchange between his son and the postman, Wilson's father came out of his room. He looked grave. He handed the envelope to Wilson and stood back watching anxiously as the boy tore open the envelope and took out the telegram. What is it? What is it? His father asked, moving closer. Others closed in on Wilson too. Wilson smiled broadly, spread out the telegram, and read out. Wilson Tabo, stop! Congratulations. Stop! Successful in entrance. St. Mark's, stop! Later follows stop. Principal. I have passed the examination to go to grammar school, Wilson announced triumphantly for the benefit of those who did not understand telegraphic shorthand. Praise be to God, Mr. Tabo shouted, throwing up his hand towards heaven. Praise be to him who answers my prayers. Then returning to Wilson and patting his head fondly. Well done, my son, well done. Congratulations. The postman smiled, shaking Wilson's hand. They call me the carrier of good news. Well done, Willie. Very good. Ngozi chipped in good naturally, for once forgetting to tease him. Others joined in shaking Wilson's hand or patting him on the back of his head. Soon, more and more people from the village came in to hear the great news. Wilson's father served kola nut and palm wine. In addition, Wilson's father gave him a big red cock and 3 fat yams for being the bearer of good news. The happy postman hoisted his presents on the carrier of his ancient bicycle and rode away. Wilson did not stay to join in the immediately merrymaking. He was anxious to get back to the river. Papa, please, keep the telegram under your pillow. We should be going back. We hadn't caught even a fish egg before we were called away by Ngozi. Ah, but you can't come with us anymore, Willie, one of his friends protested. You are now a grammar school student. How can you go on fishing? Nonsense. My friend, I'll go on fishing, even if I go to England and come back. Respect yourself, Willie, and leave fishing to homebound villagers like us. Another pressed. Respect, Ngozi laughed. So, Willie has suddenly become respectable. Perhaps he will also stop having a big head. But even if he did all that, I don't see why he shouldn't go on fishing. Shut up, Ngozi. I haven't asked for your help or even for your opinions. If it came to a choice between fishing and grammar school, I know which one I would choose. But it won't be because of your impudent opinions. If it had anything to do with you, I also know what my reaction would be. There you are. You are still unkind to your little sister. Please, please yourself. I am going to join Mama in the market. Do you want me to tell her of your success? No, I'll do it. You won't be able to cope with her Barrage of questions. Big head. Ngozi shouted as a parting shot. We're going to stop here for this one. So we are going to continue on chapter 2. I just finished chapter 1 now. So this came with some questions and answers. I'm going to just ask some of them. What rule did Wilson and others have to keep whilst fishing? Who broke the rule? Wilson or Ngozi? Give the reason. 3. What message did Ngozi give to her brother Willie? 4. What were the reactions of everyone when Wilson read the telegram? 5. What did Wilson decide to do after reading the telegram? 6. If you were Wilson, would you have returned to your fishing exercise or go make merry? And 7. What do you understand by the phrases chipped in and tell of? And this is 1 Week, 1 Trouble by Anezi Okoro, who recently passed.